Hi, this is Alex with WaveWare, and I'm going to show you how to set up a tap pass-through in case you have an existing system, or essentially you want to set the MARs up between source and paging system. So what we want to do is go to Inputs, Outputs, and Data Inputs, and then we're going to add a new tap input. And I want to have that assigned to USB 1. Then I'm going to set the protocol to tap. Now, by default, any serial connection is going to have a default of baud 9600, parity none, data bits 8, and stop bits 1. In the settings field, you can change any of those values. So if you wanted to have an even parity, you do parity equals even. And then all of that, and when you press enter to set the value, it would restart the tap in, and with a parity of even, and all of the other defaults would be there. So you have baud 9600, data bits 8, and stop bits of 1, although you can change all of those by specifying all of those in the settings field. Also, the cancel prefix and cancel suffix, if you do use cancel messages, like on certain LED signs or certain other systems where you send the word cancel before or after a message to signify an end event, you can specify that here so that the system knows if it sees the word cancel at the beginning or end of a message that it's actually the end of the alert and not the beginning. So now to do the data output, we'll also create a tap output protocol, and we'll assign that one to the Ethernet protocol, and we'll use that same Ethernet paging system we used in the previous video. 195, and then the port is 3101, and then the protocol is tap. With a tap input protocol specified and a tap output protocol specified, we create a new data connection, and then we'll do set that as tap pass through, and we'll set the input as tap in and the output as tap out. So now if we go into setup in utilities, we go into the data IO log, but you'll see there's a lot of tap messages, but essentially you'll see the login sequence from the tap input when I connected it, and then you'll see messages. This is the actual raw serial data received from the tap source, and you'll see that noted with the tap in, and then you'll see the identical message sent through the tap output protocol. So essentially anything that's received on the input serial protocol is sent through to the output Ethernet protocol for the tap out, and that works with Ethernet in and Ethernet out, or serial actual physical serial in and physical serial out, or any combination of them. You can also use it to split or combine tap signals. So if, say, you had a second tap input and we set that as tap in 2, and that was on USB 2, and then you set it with the protocol of tap, then set up a second data connection, and then you did tap input 2 also to tap out. And you've now configured the MARS as a two-port kind of accumulator, as a Y, so that essentially you have two tap inputs, and then you're condensing them into a single tap output. And you can do it the other way as well, that if you had a single input, you can create two connections to two outputs, and then each one of those tap messages coming in through that input would be duplicated to both of the outputs. And that's a general overview of how to set up a tap pass-through to install the MARS into an existing tap paging system environment. Again, my name is Alex, and thanks for listening.